It's Week 11 of the NFL, and we'll get to see the Eagles' leader at quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on 10 between the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. The streak continues, doesn't it? They come in a perfect 10-0.
And it's not just that they're winning, it's how they're winning. All phases of the game coming together for this team.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Make plays, y'all. Make plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 15 carries, 64 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established. And it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complimentary role to someone else. But however it's getting done.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They're going to look to throw. That's caught. It's Malone. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon, and he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there.
That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Evan McPherson now for the PAT.
He's got it, and the Eagles lead it 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy.
And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
On 2nd down now, Nixon, and he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Nixon, he'll get only a couple down to the 44.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Up the middle they go. Nixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd down. Nixon. And he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They'll run on first down. Nixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Take it at the 37. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready? Grab 50, 50.
Smith, the man in motion left. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, You're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And they're not going to get the snap off. This might back him out of field goal range. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. In motion left goes Smith. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead yet again in this ball game with their winning streak right now sitting at 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Nixon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the 2nd half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They'll keep it on the ground. Nixon down to about the 32.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. 25. On 3rd down, Nixon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 3rd down, Nixon. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 14 yards. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So that one a long 11-play finished off on the 14-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
That caught by Trimble.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Now back to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On first down, Nixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes the score 28-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Pressure comes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. And this time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Trayvon Walker in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Well, Washington going to send out their punter.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I really enjoy. We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
It's going to be a winner. It's going to be a thrower. Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
181 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Rondale Moore.
His second touchdown on the season.
And the Eagles have 11-0 in their sights as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Washington offense heading out. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Washington going to send out their punter.
Standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. A fourth-quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Dolphins have added on, and they seem to be pulling away in that one. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out with this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And this is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 36 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
McPherson now for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
McPherson on for the point after.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So not only the cough up, but then the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario like, what?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
The Commanders' offense returning to the field.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
That pass complete to Moore.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 2nd and 1. Again, he finds Moore. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Hardy. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time is run out on this ball game.